Everyone, I'm Roland. My project is Songs in My World. So why I chose this topic? I saw many normal data before, such as market analysis, business analysis, employment rate analysis, but this time I want to do with the special data. Then I found that in my life there are all kinds of songs. I think songs are special data, so this time I want to work with sound. Sound is one of the most important part of our life. I really enjoy the experience of every sound. I often turn on my cell phone, record during commute, and record every sound I experience. When I have free time, I will open the audiophile I record and listen to every sound. This habit often surprised me. I would be very relieved to hear the sound of the wind blowing the tree, but sometimes I would be frightened when I heard the sudden braking of the car. Sound is also full of data. I would like to share my record voice with you. This page is my data collection. First, how I collect this data. When I went outside, I started to use my phone record all kind of sound around me. During this time, I did not take train or Uber. I only record the sound by walking. These 7 days, I record around 100 songs. It's difficult to explain with numbers and words, so how to turn sound into data is the first difficulty I face. Firstly, I download a lot of software that analyze sounds and try to find a way to analyze the data. After repeated observation, I found that sound waves are a good unit of measurement to count sound-related data. Then I use a software called Sonic Visualizer to analyze the songs I recorded for 7 days and record most of sound waves. Another difficulty I need to face is that I just record the song and there is no video for support, so I need to listen to each sound carefully and discern what the sound is. At last, I collect 86 clear and recognizable sounds as data. This page is data analyze and filter. Let's see the left form. I divided all my data into 7 groups. Firstly, the day, duration, and location. Those are easy to understand. So let's see the sound. The sound will help us to know who or what makes the sound. For example, like car brake, dog bark, wind blow, my phone play a song. Next one is the type of sound. It is useful to filter the sound. I set 5 groups to filter them, include animal sound, natural sound, traffic sound, digital sound, and human activity sound. Then the loudness is the basic part of sound. It depends on sound whether it's light or loud. Last one is preference. It shows what's my feeling when I listen this sound, and it scales from 1 to 3. 1 is the best and 3 is the worst. Let's see the right form. I want to focus on these 4 groups. Type of sound and loudness are core data which I want to use them in the next step. Location can help me to figure out the sound environment of each area. Preference is my reflection when I faced with different sound. After my data filter, this is my first data visualization. For this one, I want to figure out which type of sound is the most and which is the least. You can see the music note in the middle of screen. I cut the note by the different color, and different color represent different type of sound. The most deep one is traffic sounds, and it accounts for a large percentage of the note. I record 31 traffic sounds in my data. It makes sense because in the center of Melbourne, the traffic is convenience. There are lots of cars and trains. The last one is natural sounds. To be honest, I only can hear the sound of rain and wind in Central. This page is easy to following. You can follow the guide in the left and easily read this data visualization. According to my data, my route is around between 4 roads. Is Elizabeth Street, Beckett Street, Franklin Street, and Thurrock Street. I use different colors to present them. In the same way, I use 5 different colors to instead the different type of sound. The last data is loudness. If the sound louder, the circle will be bigger. You can see in the left image the loudest street is Elizabeth Street. There are lots of traffic sound. You know there also have many tram stations in the street. Compare with Elizabeth Street, Sarah Street, and a back street, sound environment is more better. Guess the first thing you see is this ear. This ear has 3 levels. Top of the ear is like, and the bottom of the ear is dislike. The medium of the ear is no feeling. I put all 86 data in this picture. I use different color dot to show different type. It's easy to see my favorite sound is natural and animal voice, and I hate traffic sounds. Actually, I use 3D modeling to tell my story. I use a software called Rhino. I always use Rhino to build the industrial model. This is my first time try to use it to show the data and tell stories. As red image, I combined 4 kinds of data which include type of sound, loudness of sound, frequency, and my preference about each kind of sounds. We can easily to know the traffic sound is the loudest one and account a large percentage of total data. But I don't like it. My favorite type of sound is natural sounds and animal sounds. After 4 weeks of study, I learned how to record and from what aspect to observe. In order to organize and filter the data, I started Tableau's course in the 3rd week and I learned how to filter the data. I will try to learn continue. Thanks.